was so weird. It was like the sound sounded really warped. Like, you know, the music that it plays when the 30 seconds, the countdown. A lot of weird stuff has been going on with, I don't know if it's everybody's stuff or if it's just my internet, my apps, all of that crap. I don't know if other people are experiencing the same thing. Like when I go to log on to my phone or log on to the internet from my phone, it literally, hi Picker. Have you been, well, you're not in the same country, but I've been having a lot of problems logging, you know, going on the internet and stuff like that. It's like my phone is just, even when I'm close to the router, where it normally doesn't mess up, it's really been screwing up. Like going offline. Hi, Coffee. It's been going offline, like just, and then taking time to reboot. This, when I just came on with the countdown thing, the music sounded warpy. I don't know. There's something you haven't experienced. What about you, Coffee? Have you had any weird experiences with your Wi-Fi or anything? Because it's been doing it a lot here. And I'm like, it's like, I know I paid my cable bill, so I don't know like what the hell's going on. I have no idea. But that's really frustrating, you know, when you pay for internet, you know, and a really, you know, high speed internet and a good connection, and then it does that a lot. It's annoying because, you know, you should get what you pay for. Have been having issues with their internet. Oh, it didn't show I called? Yeah, I did. I called. Um, oh, and you sent me a message. Um, try calling again. Hope you're having a good day. Why isn't it showing on? I tried calling around. It was 7:15, and I messaged you right after. But for some reason, you know what it did? It said couldn't join call. That's what it was. It's like it said you couldn't join the call. So I don't know why it's not showing here. Missed call. Okay, that was yesterday. Weird. That is, see, I don't know what's going on with the internet. Something's up. Does it ever do that to you, Coffee? Like when you try to call me, does it ever say couldn't join the call? Does it ever say that? There are some free apps that will show the strength of the network. Wi-Fi analyzer. It might show a problem. I've only used it once, so I don't really know how. Okay, thanks, Picker. I'll have to check that out. It's kind of freaky because it's like, is there not going to be any access to my internet at some point, you know? But beside that, I'd say today 50 people had internet connection issues that lasted several hours. Yeah. Um, well, I mean, that's good to know that it wasn't just me, but it's really frustrating. You know, like I said, when you pay for high speed internet and you pay, you know, a good amount of money per month, and some of the time you can't even use it. That's annoying, you know? Um, it's really annoying. Uh, I have so much stuff. I'm trying to I need to go through and clear out a lot of stuff. There's a couple crime cases that uh this one I can't I can't bring myself to watch the video because I don't know if she does, it shows her on camera in the elevator like with her child, but the heading of it is TikToker beat her daughter to death and makes TikTok dance videos weeks later. If it shows anything about that, um, hi Crown, how did my date go? Thanks for asking. Yeah, please smash the like buttons, guys. There's 10 people. Um, if you're somebody who just likes to sit back and watch and you don't like to comment, welcome. I understand. I'm that way sometimes. Hey, Captain Kangaroo, nice to see you. Welcome. Don't watch any in an elevator. Picker. Yeah, it's pretty. Oh, have I checked to see if it's on Wi-Fi and not mobile? Let me look. Connections. Mobile networks. Okay. No. It's on Wi-Fi, yeah. Um Crown. My date, let me say real quick. My date actually went well. Um like I said, I've known him for many, many, many years. I didn't get like the butterflies that I thought I would get. Um I don't know. I think I was nervous, but at the same time, it was not. Hi, Dawn. How are you, honey? How are your grandbabies? It was, he's good looking. I will say he looks good. I asked him, I'm like, how in the hell are your teeth still as white and beautiful and straight as they were back in high school? Like, how are you doing that? He's gray. He's a lot more gray. Um, he looks good. But here's the thing. I think one reason I'm not so excited about him is because he's kind of seeing somebody that he's been on 5 dates with this gal, and I just never want to be second to somebody. Okay, so you know he's been on 5 dates with this gal, and he likes her, but he doesn't. He's kind of trying to still figure it out. Um, and then there's a little personal thing. I won't share his private information, but something with them, they're trying to figure it out. So I think that's why I'm just not letting myself get excited about him, because I don't want to date him. For one, it's too early. We haven't seen each other in years, except that one time. He forgot my damn letters. Um, and if he's liking somebody else right now or trying to figure out something with somebody else, I can't get excited about him. I'm not going to try to win him away from her. You know what I mean? Hi, Native Princess. Grandsons are great. The newborn is huge. Hunter. Aw, I love that name. Um, one of my old boss's names, his middle name was Hunter. Is Hunter, I should say, was Hunter. So my day, it went well. I'll just say that it went well. It was nice to get out, but you guys, honestly, like, this is, this is just me sharing, who I am with you guys. And I couldn't wait to get home. I'm concerned because, there you go. Yeah. I'm concerned because I have become such a hermit, such a recluse, where I wasn't before. He will come to his senses. Aw, Crown, you're a sweetie. Our kids, it sounds like, are a lot alike, our sons and our daughters. So, we talked about, I talked about my boy, how he has ADD, and my daughter, they both have anxiety, but same with his kids. They're a couple years younger than mine. And he said, I really think it's social media. He said, I really believe that these kids have developed these issues because of being on their phones. And I agree. I do. I think that has a lot to do with it. But Anyway, it was nice to get out. You know, when we left the place and we were walking to our cars, you know, we kind of stopped, and I was going to go my way, he's going to go his way, and he's like, "Give me a hug." So, you know, I hugged him real quick. Nice. It was nice to hug a man. I will say that it was nice to have a man's arms wrapped around me. That was nice. But then when he went in for the kiss, I just pecked him. I was like, "Okay, bye," like that. And he goes, "Oh, one more." And you know, and I was like, "Oh shit, he's gonna try to slip me the tongue. He's gonna slip that tongue in there." He didn't, thank goodness. And I think, you know, I think he got a vibe from me, maybe that I'm not interested, but that's not it. It's it's more that, you guys, I've shared with you, I haven't kissed a man in how long? 5 years? I don't know. I mean, it's just awkward, but I'm not going to allow myself to continue to be a recluse. You know, I have to slowly get out there and mingle with people, no matter how awkward it is, no matter how uncomfortable it may be sometimes. I used to be, it's crazy because this is the opposite of what I've always been. You know, I guess that was in my younger years though. But I was always so outgoing and always doing stuff and hanging out with friends. And of course, your life changes when you become a mother and a wife and stuff. And so that's why it's so important when you do have a family to make sure that you keep one or two girlfriends that you go and spend time with sometimes. Because later on, I'd go have coffee with my girlfriends or whatever, but most of it was just us bringing our kids and hanging out with our kids. We have to have that time for ourselves, and I didn't. I put everything I had into my kids and my husband, which is, people would say, well, that's good, that's what you should do. It's very unhealthy when you lose your sense of self, and you don't take care of yourself, and you don't pamper yourself sometimes. After years and years and years of that, it becomes very unhealthy. um a bit more after being pretty much in total lockdown, I started to feel so much better. Yeah, it does. That's so good. I'm so glad for you, honey, because it is. It's being being a recluse is something I never thought I'd be. But it's pretty bad when you're out on a date and you're already thinking, I can't wait to get home. When I've been on vacations, when I've gone out and, you know, gone out on a little vacation, after a couple days, I'm ready to come home. It's awful. Um, my weekend was okay, Native. How was yours, honey? Balance is important. Yes. Where's? Oh yeah, Robert's probably lurking. He's just watching things, making sure everything's good. Um, I'm I'm got my candles lit. I love my candles. This one, Coffee got me. This one, Nanny Love got me. This is the last one. Nanny Love sent me 4 of these, right? And they last a long time. But I'm on my last one. And this one that Coffee sent me, Coffee, these candles are amazing. I love the smell. It's the Balance and Harmony Water Lily Pear. You guys, if you're ever looking for a candle, oh my gosh. It's pretty hot right now, but here, let me do this. Let me try to, I want to show it to you all. This is Water Lily and Pear. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on, let me turn it that way. This is what Coffee got me, and these smell amazing. Oh my gosh. I just love smelly good stuff. It smells so good. There's nothing like, especially when it's cool out and it's fall or whatever, and you got the windows open a little bit, but you got your candles on. It's the most peaceful feeling, I think. I know, Nanny Love. How's Sosa? Sosa's with Daddy right now, Don. He's my son has been really good about keeping him home. Um, I had him, I think twice, 2 nights last week. When you remember, I had him all the time. Remember? Um, and how's the stuff? I went on a date Friday night. Went out. Yeah, see, Coffee's going on dates, and I tell you guys, dating. It's kind of good that my first actual date was with somebody that I knew, you know? I was thinking to myself, this, what if the time is going to come where I'm going to go on a date with somebody I don't know? And that's going to be awkward. Especially at the end of the night when they try to go in and lay a big fat wet one on you. I'm like, what is wrong with me, you guys? Seriously, what the hell is wrong with me? I have no desire for intimacy. I have no desire. I mean, when it comes to wanting a man around, I do. I do at times, but I don't at times. I'm not interested in getting into another relationship, but I also want somebody to go do things with. You know what I mean? But I know if I go out on these dates and eventually someone's going to like me, right? Eventually someone's going to ask me out again. And then eventually there's going to be, well, you want to be exclusive. I just don't even want to think about that. But then again, I don't know. Don't pay attention to me. My brain is all over the place. It's like I confuse myself more than anybody else ever could. Seriously. It's called men. Is that what it is, Crown? Oh my gosh. It's called Men. I'll pause when I walk into the room. The men. I'll pause. I'm just kidding. Um, Native, Dawn, what did you guys do this weekend? Crown, what did you guys do this weekend? Biology with it. I don't know. You feel burned and thereby you're apprehensive. Also, you don't want to be taken advantage of or put in awkward situations. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Picker, that's right. I mean, pretty much. I mean, to be honest, women, it's kind of scary, don't you think? Look at my hair. I don't even care if you have anything to say about it. It's scary to go out and meet strange men, is it not? I mean, I would rather sit in this little bubble of mine, clean the house, work, talk to my kids, talk to you guys, go to the grocery store. There's my life. But then there's those lonely times, where I'm not working and you guys don't want to hear from me and the house is clean. And I'm like, it would be nice. Like the Evergreen State Fair's coming up, you guys. The Evergreen State Fair. It goes on for like a week, 2 weeks, a couple weeks into September. And, I love the food there. I love all the bands that come. And so I actually did message my high school sweetheart, and I said, because when we were talking, when I saw him, I was like, yeah, we should go do something, something hiking or something. And he's like, yeah, we should. So I messaged him. I'm like, hey, what do you think about going to the Evergreen State Fair? right? I haven't even finished reading his response. I'm getting ready. So he's taking his daughter to Chicago, um, to college, and then he's going to visit some relatives in Wisconsin. Okay, so he's been tightening things up at work. Not sure I'll be able to get down. Oh, because of timing. Maybe something fun up. Okay, yeah. This I'll tell it goes into, so he's going on vacation pretty much. Um so anyways, I said, we should go to, because I think that would be a lot of fun. And if we were out having fun and maybe had a couple drinks or something, and I did feel like, you know, making out, making out, it would be with somebody that I've been with before. It would be someone I'm comfortable with, right? So, well, that I was comfortable with. I don't know now. Oh my gosh. So I'm not going to be able to get my letters. I'm going to watch. I'm going to say, can you throw those letters in the mail before you leave? um, can you watch? Can you throw those letters in the before you leave? I'm gonna put. He's gonna be like, "Oh my, are you kidding me? I'm on my way to freaking vacation, and you're talking about getting your damn letter." Anyways, so my point being, if you're in my position, don't be too hard on yourself. I have to give myself room. I have to give myself time. I cannot push myself to do something that I'm not maybe ready for. But I have to be open to doing things. I need to come out of my shell. I need to stop being a damn loner. I mean, you guys are awesome. I love coming on and speaking to you guys, and I love the people that I speak to offline as well. But there's something different about actually going and looking at somebody face to face, looking them in their eyes, touching their hand, or, walking next to them. There's just something that's we need. That's something we need as human beings. Um, and I need to do that. And I need to allow myself to not work sometimes, because I'm noticing that I'm really diving into and trying to occupy my mind and everything with work. Well, if there's work, I'm going to do it. If there's work, I'm going to do. I have to. If there's if there's the opportunity to make money, I got to do it. Where there's times that I don't have to. You know what I mean? Like I could not. And but I think I do that because maybe I don't want to be alone. I don't want to think about things, and it occupies my mind. Um, force to force, face to face is different and so much more intimate than online. Yes, it is. And you know, we need that. Human beings absolutely need that. And my kids are moving on. Like my son, I've seen him once in a week now. Um, I've talked to my daughter a few times, which has been nice, but she's starting a new job, and my son's doing his thing. He's not even coming over all the time like he used to. So it's just me, myself, and I. Um, so I really need to get get out there. But I wanted to share this. Well, there's a couple things I want to talk about. There's a couple of cases that are pretty interesting. I don't know if you remember, there was a gal from the UK, I think it was. Do you remember it was 2019, I believe, um, where she left her baby girl at home while she went out and partied for her birthday? Do you remember that story? Anyways, I just came across something yesterday. Um, kind of been an update on it. She ended up getting, and her baby girl ended up dying. Um, but she ended up getting 9 years. I think it was 9 years. That's it. So this is a devotional. I just wanted to read this to you because it's a prayer for enduring with hope. In Matthew 24:13, it says, "But the one who endures to the end will be saved." The disciples gathered around Jesus one day and asked how they would recognize the end of time. Jesus explained what the world could expect to happen in those days, so they would not be alarmed. Surely, talk of impending wars, famines, and earthquakes would cause people to panic. But Jesus reassured the disciples, saying, "See that you are not alarmed, for this must take place, but the end is not yet." Matthew 24:6. Even today, we may be tempted to lose heart when we read Jesus' words regarding the end times, hearing that many will suffer or be led away from God. It doesn't sound like something to look forward to, but in Matthew 24:13, Jesus offers unmistakable hope to sustain us through the hardest days. Quote, "But the one who endures to the end will be saved." End quote. God calls us to endure. Romans 5:3-4 encourages believers to rejoice in our sufferings. And you know how I talk about that sometimes, and I say, you know what? We're supposed to give thanks through our trials. We're supposed to thank God. Our car breaks down. Thank you, God. Like there's always something we can learn or we can grow through our trials. Always give thanks through our trials. It's not easy and it may not happen right away. But imagine if we lived in a world where we never had trials, we never had to question anything, everything was just always fine. I don't believe if that was the case, we would ever learn anything. We would never grow from that. That's where I do my most growing is when I go through a trial, when I experience a hardship, possibly. Um, and does it suck? Yeah, big time. But God allows things for a reason. Um, so it says, God calls us to endure, Romans 5:3-4, encourages believers to rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. So as we persevere through whatever trials we face, God replenishes our hope with the promise of eternal life with him. Jesus came and suffered because of his deep love for us, knowing nothing can separate us from that love that gives us where to go. We From that love gives us reason to press on. We can step into each new day with anticipation instead of panic. Thanks to this amazing promise, we will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Matthew 24:30. So I don't know if you guys want to write those Bible verses down. There's Matthew 24:13, Matthew 24:6, Romans 5:3-4, and Matthew 24:30. There's those ones. Everything happens for a reason. Yes, I believe that too. You went camping and hike. I'm so jealous. I was just saying how I want to go camping. Ugh. Native, I'm so happy for you though. Do you enjoy it? Some people don't want, some people is like, I'll go camping, but I'm staying in a hotel. It's like, why? Sorry, you guys. I'm stripping. It's hot. I'm getting hot. Why would you want to go camping and stay in a damn hotel? I want to rough it. I want to stay in a tent. I want to be in a tent. My family, me and the kids and my husband, we used to go camping all the time. Like we couldn't afford. Our kids were in private school and stuff, and I was a homemaker. I didn't work outside the home very much. Sometimes I did, but most of the time I was home with the kids. And so we were on a budget, and every summer we would always go camping. We'd always take the kids camping, and we'd take them to the water slides and stuff like that. That was our vacations. But I haven't been camping since my husband left. Ah, you love camping too, Don? I absolutely loved it. Um, just call him Joe Crown. Character produces hope. Character produces hope because when you have character, you learn, if you're going according to the Bible, you learn to trust, you learn to have faith, you learn to hope. I mean, I don't know how else to explain that. There's more to that story, Picker. I'll read it. I'm so happy you had fun, Native. That's nice. Don, when's the last time you went camping? I'll tell you his name, you guys. We just call him D. We just call him D. Not so much religion, and he doesn't like talking about politics too much. um, are you talking about the guy I went on a date with, honey? Yeah. He doesn't. He'll talk about a little bit, but it frustrates him. Politics too. Um, and I would say he's spiritual, not religious. 5 years. Same here. Same here, Dawn. I need my camping. You know how fun it would be for all of us to meet up and freaking go camping? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let me finish this, okay? Um now, um if you, I don't know if anybody here is has accepted Christ in their heart, if they're saved by the blood of Jesus. Um, but there is, and people say, well, I don't see how a prayer can make it. It's not about a prayer, it's about salvation. It's about making that conscious decision to let Christ into your heart, and you believe the words you're saying, and you want to repent, and you ask for forgiveness and everything, and God knows if you're being truthful or not. So this little prayer says, dear Heavenly Father, thank you for your word. When I look around at the world today, it's hard to stay encouraged. Yet in those times when I begin to lose heart, I can always turn to scripture and find renewed hope. Your son Jesus spoke to his disciples, explaining how important it was for them to endure with hope, even in the end times. Through their conversation, Jesus gives us all reason to press on today. Lord, help us to endure when we're tempted to give up. Help us to focus on your love as we face difficult times. Thank you not only for calling us to walk in freedom from panic because of Jesus, but also giving us the strength to endure until we see him again. We can rejoice as we persevere because of his promised return. In Jesus' name, amen. See, I myself have to remind myself, hey, stop worrying, because I'm a worry wart, and worrying does us no good, none whatsoever. I think you build a relationship with Christ the more you pray. It does draw you closer. Don, my pastor used to say, either sin will keep you from the Bible or the Bible will keep you from sin. And it's so true. If you're going to your Bible to find answers, if you're reading scripture daily, it's gonna be in your heart that day. That's why it's so important. And hey, I don't always do it every day. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I read a chapter every single day. No, I need to work on that. I don't. And you know why? Because I'm too busy. And that's not okay. We should not be too busy to stick our nose in the Bible and read. And I notice the more I read, the more times I go over, if I read the same thing at different times, I learn something new from it. And I really believe when my pastor said that. Either sin will keep you from the Bible or the Bible will keep you from sin. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people lie about their relationship with God, or how much they read their Bible, or there's pastors even, there's so many people that aren't real about it. And the only way, again, that you're going to be able to grow and change is you have to be honest with yourself and say, you know what? I've been crappy. I have not been in this Bible as much as I should be. I have not been praying as much as I should be. And hence probably why so much worrying, so much anxiety. But that's what happens. That's what happens when we don't trust in God. If we put our faith and trust in God, then I still have a hard time with it when people say, I'm excited to go home and be with the Lord. Like, I hear people say that a lot. I can't wait till God takes me home. And I'm like, I'm not there yet. I'm not there. Yes, Crown, a lot of hypocrites out there. I can't say I'm there yet. Am I excited to meet God one day, Jesus one day? Absolutely. I mean, yes. Why would I not be ready to go to somewhere so beautiful where there's supposed to be no more sorrow, no more pain? Why would I not be ready to go there rather than this place that we are at now? This is hell. Because I think of my kids. I'm like, well, they're not going to get to live their life. They're not going to get to have kids. Like, if something happens, like, they're not going to be able to. But is that such a bad thing? Is that such a bad thing if our kids don't grow up in this shithole? Sorry, but it has become a shithole. Ugh. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. The whole thing is, I want to get to a point where I'm not afraid to die, you know? And I guess when you are where you need to be with God, you don't fear dying. You don't fear death. So I'm not there yet. And I have a lot of work to do on it. A lot of soul searching, a lot of praying. You know, I have a lot to work on. And I do. I mean, people have been saying, you know, it's the end times, it's the end times, it's the end times for many years, right? I really believe we are this close to the end times. I do. I think it's closer than a lot of people may realize. Um, and what I fear is that is going to look like. You do too, Don. So, what do you guys feel when? What do you guys think that's going to look like? The end times, like when it's here, like here. Um, I don't want to be afraid of that. I don't want to be afraid of the end times. So, how, I guess one way I could try to conquer that fear is to pray about it, right? Ask God to take that fear from me because I'm scared. Not for me so much, but for my family, you know? I fear sad for my family. But they say I think and hope it's sudden. Yeah, just right? Coffee just take me out. Like it's hard not to be afraid. Revolutions is a scary book. It is. You think World War You do, Crown? Well, did you hear Biden say I think it's going to be a war, a shitty war. It's like shit. I was just going to say something and I don't remember. Revolution. Yeah, when you read that. Now, I don't know the context of I mean things can be deciphered differently, you know what I mean? I want to see if yeah, so that girl got 9 years. That's right. You know, people have different ideals of what certain things mean in the Bible. There's different interpretations of the Bible, right? Or you think the U.S. Well, yeah, I do. Yep, Don. Well, it's to me, it's unbelievable what this freaking clown, sorry, is doing right now. What the hell? It was all set up. Okay. I'm not going to get into politics, but it was all set up when he took over, and this did not need to happen. No way did that need to happen. Ugh, just sickening. Australia, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I won't stay on politics because we all know that I get heated. Especially when you start talking about the the how do you do it? Anyways, I want to talk about it. Very disturbing. So do you guys remember this gal? Let me see if I can. Let's move on, okay?
Hey Poncho, back at you again with another video. And so I know a lot of people watching this have been waiting on the outcome from this situation.
I just want to go back to
quite literally months. Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy.
Let me try to just find the
before going back to her flat. When she eventually called emergency services, she told them her baby wasn't waking up. At around 6:20, but it's believed she returned that she had became...
I don't know if you remember. Do you remember her? That's not really what her picture looked like back when she was in the news. That isn't really what she looked like. Let's see.
It was also heard that after being taken to hospital, but
here she is. So, do you remember I talked about that case like 2 years ago almost?
Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy Poncho back at you again with another video. And so I know a lot of people watching this have been
Native. I think there will be a second
situation because it's been quite literally months now because the sentencing date
either as friends or whatever. I mean, if he's interested in this other gal that he's been on 5 dates with, I'm just gonna let him do his thing. If he wants to hang out as friends, hey, and then if it goes somewhere from there, then I'm good with that.
Had been pushed back until August, but we are here now.
Yeah, that's you said her name way up, didn't you? Coffee. I remember now.
We're talking about small ex YouTuber Verfi Kudi.
Okay, she used to be a YouTuber, you guys. You think so too, Crown? So this is what she looks like. She didn't get very long. Okay, listen.
For leaving her 20-month-old baby to starve to death in a flat in Brighton while she was out partying on a bender for her 18th birthday in December of 2019. We've looked into this story a couple of times before, but today more details have emerged surrounding this case, as it always does with the sentencing hearing. But for anyone who isn't familiar with this situation, on the 5th of December 2019, Verfi would leave her flat in Brighton and headed to London, where she spent her birthday with her boyfriend. 2 days later, having still not gone back home, she went to an event in Elephant and Castle, where she had a DJ announce her birthday. On the 9th of December, she moved the bender over to a birthday party in Coventry before returning to London the next day, and then she went back home on the 11th of December. When she returned home, her young baby Asaya was believed to have been dying, lying on the floor, but Verfi took more than 2 hours, believe it or not, to call emergency services. Within those 2 hours, she could be seen emptying bags into a communal bin before going back to her flat. When she eventually called emergency services, she told them her baby wasn't waking up.
So to go out and party, she left her little baby.
Where they said Asaya was incoherent, distressed, and distraught. Verfi would go on to tell paramedics that she'd been sleeping all day, she'd given her milk and Calpol, then allowed her to sleep. Asaya would eventually be taken to hospital but was sadly pronounced dead on arrival. A post-mortem examination would conclude that the cause of death was starvation and influenza, with reported signs of dehydration and severe nappy rash. In more details that have now emerged, it's believed that when Verfi had been first interviewed by police, she claimed that she had been with Asaya at the flat at all times, except for one visit she made with her to London. But after discovering the CCTV footage and mobile phone footage of her out and about, the police had her banged to rights. It was also heard that after growing up in a decent family home, Verfi became withdrawn from the age of 14, beginning to bunk off school and not returning home. Social services decided to step in, and she was assigned to a social worker and was moved to a placement at a safe house in Norfolk. But there were concerns that she had become involved.
I wonder why she got put into foster care and then she got moved to a safe house. I wonder why at 14 she had to be moved to a safe house. But then they said that she grew up in a pretty good family environment. That's weird. Why did she start slugging off on school? Why did she start not coming home at night? I mean, kids will be kids, teenagers are teenagers, but I don't know. That's
involved involved in child sexual exploitation and had felt pregnant, so she moved back to Brighton. She was moved in with foster carers, and Asaya was born on the 22nd of March 2018. They were immediately placed on a child protection plan. Though there was no social worker assigned to her when she died, they would eventually go on to live with Verfi's mother, but 3 months before Asaya's death in September of 2019, the two were moved by the council to a flat in a sheltered residential block for vulnerable families. The flats are independent units, and staff do
So
not
that
enter
would
the
be
living
like
areas or carry
Section
out regular
8 here
inspections. But there are members of staff
in
located
Washington.
in reception
Section 8
24
is
hours
for
a day.
people who
Verfi was said to have settled in well, but it's believed she began
it's
to
like for
abandon
low-income
Asaya
housing
alone in the flat
families
to
that
meet up with friends and go out to parties. In the
can't
3 months
afford
leading up
rent,
to her
really.
death, there were at least 6 other occasions where she left her alone in the flat, and once for 2 days. But after pleading guilty to manslaughter charges, Verfi Coody was handed a 9-year jail sentence. And so we now have more in-depth details surrounding this situation.
Oh, it's so sad, you
before,
guys.
a lot of people were wanting to know what exactly was going on surrounding this case, and hopefully now it is a bit more clear. But I did say this in my last video as well, that the main blame, of course, lies with Verfi, but we do have to be asking questions as to why no social worker
Why
was
weren't they
assigned to
checking?
the pair
Why was
when,
there nobody?
unfortunately, Asaya would.
Why was there nobody assigned to her case to be checking up on her? I mean, she was a young mother, right? She obviously had issues already, and she was living in this place. So why was somebody not checking on them, making sure that baby was okay? She would leave the baby for a couple days. I mean, I would say, why didn't she just give the baby away? Did she even care about the baby? Did she want the baby? It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like she wanted to be out partying. Sounds like somebody else we know. It's a different scenario, but we remember Casey Anthony. You know, she had her parents there to help. But she just didn't want to have the responsibility of a child. I mean, she seemed happy with her baby in pictures, but you guys, pictures, as we know, people on YouTube, people all over social media can come across as though they're the happiest person in the world. They have the best marriage in the world. They're the best parents. When underlying, they're ready to snap. We do, Native. Yes. Right, coffee. Yeah, not just in the US, huh? So there's that one, but then there's this one, and I haven't watched the whole video because I'm scared what it's going to show, but I'm scared if it's going to show anything that could be scared. Let me see. I don't know. Let me see if I can pull it up on here. Hold on really quick. Let me just see. Hold on really quick, you guys. Let me see. Oh my gosh. It's almost 11 o'clock. What am I doing? I haven't done a late night stream in a long time. Come on. Hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, up. So what are your guys' plans for tomorrow? Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, it's only a day away. Okay, should be on this one right here. Okay, let me see if I can pull this up. Come on. Okay, that was, oh my goodness. I think it was for, there it is. Okay, it's this one right here. See, my Wi-Fi is being so weird right now. Very weird.
So this is Super Beats. What it's actually going to do is increase the amount of nitric oxide your body makes. So,
Okay, hold on.
Mum, daughter, smiles, and dances is what Nip.
Okay, let me see if I can screen share this really quick. Let's see. Wait, where's my StreamYards? What the heck? I don't want to close it up. Why can't I switch over to my StreamYards? What? I know, hold on. Can I do this? No, it's not letting me move it. Let me move it. That is so weird. Why I can't. Hold on. Let me see something. Can I move it over? Why will this not let me get into my... Well... Native. I don't know why it wouldn't let me get into it. It's so weird. It's almost 1 a.m. Maybe it's your only event. Well, now, I mean, since they're getting rid of OnlyFans, you guys, I mean, now I can't even think about opening one. Right, Crown? Hell yeah. I already had some ideas that I could have done. What the heck? Shit. Would you guys have signed up? Well, I could still listen. It says that you can't do sexually explicit stuff, which I wouldn't be doing in the first place, right? So I should still be able to do it. Will you guys sign up? Oh, there's this chick. Oh, this chick's a psycho. I don't know if you heard about this case. Listen to this one. Yeah, they're getting rid, Coffee, of sexually explicit material on OnlyFans. Well, no, just get sexually explicit stuff, but they're keeping OnlyFans. You just can't do naughty stuff, you know. Come on.
Ryan Carter Poston was born
this
on
guy
30th,
was hot,
in
and
Fort
she
Mitchell, Kentucky. He had 3 younger sisters,
got rid of
Allison,
him.
Catherine, and Elizabeth
She
Carter.
reminds me of Jodi Arias.
Ryan attended Blessed Sacrament School in Fort Mitchell. He later attended Indiana
Crown.
University, where he triple majored in history,
She might have to
geography,
get
and
a
political
job.
science.
Oh.
Once he graduated
I said
from
a
college,
dirty
he went to
word.
law school at the Salmon Chase College of Law at Northern
She'll find
Kentucky
some.
University
Listen,
in Highland Heights.
there will be some other site that will gladly take those millions of people that have an OnlyFans account and that will take it on. I mean, think about that. Think about how much money there is for these, whoever picks them up, whoever picks up these people, sex workers on OnlyFans. They will make, I mean, I don't know who it will be, but you know somebody's just ready to do it. I'm surprised, honestly, that OnlyFans. I want to show you. Oh. Hold on. Let me see if I can. This gal, Nina. Now listen. Tell us a short story. I don't know how to tell stories, Native. I don't know how to tell scary stories. Well, there was that night that Sosa scared me. I was laying in my bed, ready to go to sleep. And, you know, Sosa, he never likes to let me sleep, right? He's always stands literally over me. And so at this point, he's sitting like in the middle of the bed, just sitting up. And I'm laying down. And I'm like, Sosa, go to sleep, go to sleep. And he's looking at me. All of a sudden, he whips his head around and looks at my closet door. Okay? And it was halfway closed. He's like, but he could see in it. He whipped his head around, his ears moved, right? And he's like staring at my closet friggin' door. And in my closet, I have 2 closets in my room. One's a small walk-in with a step up, and one's just the slider doors, right? But in that closet, there's like a ledge where there's a big area back there that, you know, I mean, there's room there. Anyways, he's just staring at my closet door, not taking his eyes off it. And he starts going, sniffing like that. And he jumps off the bed, creeps into the closet. He's sniffing around in my closet like he smells somebody in there. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, Sosa, what are you doing, buddy? Don't do this. It's like 2:00 in the morning, 3:00. Don't do this. He sat in that closet. Like, it's, you guys, I'm telling you, I don't know if it was a spirit that he heard in there or if he smelled a spirit. Something was in that closet, which freaked me out because I'm thinking, what if somebody had been in there prior, like when I was gone or something? What if somebody had been in that closet? He's never done that like that. That's my scariest story I have. And I don't even know. There's no ending to it, except I didn't sleep very well that night. I went and made sure all the sticks were in the windows. You know, I have sticks in the windows and bolting the doors and making sure everything's locked up. Crown, did it go? Good news, they're not getting rid of OnlyFans, just limiting. Yeah, no, they're not getting rid of it. There's already a new, my stalker, Native, oh my gosh. What's the new site? Is that what it's called? Picker, you already know? It's called Unlocked. I mean, I have to say, there's, you know, okay, there's this gal I like to watch. Her name's Nina Unrated, or I think it's Nina Unrated. She teaches women how to twerk and stuff like that. And she's a stripper, and she has an OnlyFans, and she has a YouTube channel. And I mean, she's way up there, right? And she's beautiful. She's classy. There's classy and there's trashy. So I don't think that just Native. No, Sean would be like, "Hey, I'm coming to see you." He would let me know, but maybe he was going to surprise me, right? I don't know. So Nina Unrated, I mean, I like her channel because she like teaches women stuff, but you know what she said? She said, okay, where are these women or these sex workers gonna go. Ones that are 18, but they're not 21, so they can't dance. Like in her area, I guess you have to be 21. So these girls can't go strip, right? So, and she goes, what are they going to do now? What are they going to do now that they can't do this stuff on OnlyFans? I have an idea. Go get a job. Like, what does society come to when we're saying, what is an 18-year-old girl gonna do if she can't do OnlyFans or strip? Now, I'm gonna say this. You don't have to go out and make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month. Okay. That's your choice. That's what you want because you want more and more and more money. You don't have to make that much money, right? So they're not, a lot of these people, they're not doing this to survive. They're doing it because they want a luxury life, right? That's what they want to do. They want a luxury life. And hey, if that's what someone wants to do with their life, more power to them. I'm not against them doing that. If that's what's best for their life and that's what, but don't say, what are these women gonna, these 18-year-olds gonna do if they can't strip and they can't do stuff for men online? There's other things in life. If a young lady sees this, there's other things in life that young ladies can do other than stripping and showing off their peaches on social media. Set some standards for yourself, you know? Some people have to be strippers or whatever. I understand that. Some people like who have come from, you know, nothing and they have no experience in life. They have no, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? They have no, what you call it? Skills, right? And they end up having to either become strippers or escorts or whatever. Sometimes it happens. But if you're wanting to do it just because you want a luxury lifestyle on the internet, you know, you want to make your money that way on the internet, there are other things you could do. It's not like you wouldn't be able to work to make money to eat. You know what I mean? Greed commandment. Yep, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. The 10th commandment forbids the wanting to or taking someone else's property. Along with the 7th commandment, this commandment condemns theft and feelings of envy, greed, and jealousy in reaction to what other people have. That's true. Morals. Hey, Chris. But that's the thing, too, Crown, is, see, you know, there's certain people, say, on YouTube that say, oh, these people just, they're obsessed with me. They're so jealous of me. No. I'm going to tell you guys this. I would never be jealous of somebody like, you know, the train wreck I'm talking about. Is she entertaining? Yeah, she is entertaining because you don't see people act like that in real life, right? You just don't see 40-something-year-old women behave that way. That's what the draw to this person is. It's not that you're so wonderful and you're so, you know, you're somebody to be envied. No, it's because our minds are blown that we're watching this person behave this way. Not only that, but lie so much. It's because they are being taught that there is no honor in the dollar. Easy money with as little work as possible is the name of the game. Chris, you said it just perfect. That's right. Women are being taught, and there's young men on there too, being taught, hey, if all you have to do is sit in your room and lift up your shirt and pull down your pants and play with toys in front of a camera, you can be rich. And look how much money they pay these people. Why would they want to go out and get a real job? Social media has ruined our youth. Many of you may not agree with me, and that's okay. I'm old school though. I come from, I personally would rather make an honest dollar. You know what I mean? I mean, if you want to be an entertainer and you want to be classy about it and you want to, show off your, the artsy side of you, I guess, that could be entertaining. But anybody can show off their body, And I'm sick of hearing that body confidence is showing your ass all over YouTube. How is that or social media? How is that body confidence? Again, there's certain people on social media that are dangerous to the next generation. Very dangerous. It is that you are so crazy. Yeah. Recent case of a woman's lover shooting her husband after the lover had been living in the house for a year without the husband. What? Picker, where is that? I gotta look at that. No, and what are these women going to do if their looks go away? And they will. Your looks will fade. Well, they'll probably be, well, one of them's almost, half, what, 7 more years, and she'll be 50. She looks older. What are they going to do? Yeah, some of the crazy people on Crown. Yeah, I get it. I just don't understand how that person is even allowed to do the things that she does on YouTube. You know what I mean? And it makes a lot of people upset. And it's not because they're jealous. Believe me, it has nothing to do with jealousy over her. It has to do with, it makes people mad. A lot of women feel that should not be allowed on the site. That should be behind a freaking paywall. You know what I mean? But it's all to get people over to her, sex site. Oh, Crown. Well, she says they just think she's the best thing. Chris. Aw. Native, thank you. And I'm not trying to sound, I'm not trying to be judgmental, because I do understand, people that have to do that, okay, when they come up, when they're younger. But then there's people that don't have to do that. They choose to do that. And fine, choose to do that. But don't put it out here where the younger kids who scroll through are going to come across it. And don't make the younger generation of women think that every man in the world is bad. Like, these messages that some of these grown women are putting out there is dangerous. you know? One minute they're talking about God, the next minute they're, you know, half 3/4 of the way naked and showing their stuff on. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Oh, Picker, do you know where that do you have where you found that? I would rather go out, and this is my preference. This is for me. I'm not saying everybody should be like that, but I would rather go out and make an honest dollar. I would rather go out and work 2 jobs like I do to pay my stuff than to do that. And that's my choice. But I'm not greedy either. I don't need to have all these women are in competition with each other, you know? I think with my ex thought it was more about male attention than money. She was seriously addicted to being told she is beautiful. Oh, that sounds familiar. Validation. Yep. That's exactly right. But then they say they're so secure with themselves and they're so confident and they're so you know, if you constantly need validation from everybody else, if you constantly need to be on social media, who posts pictures of themselves all day, every day? Who does that? These women in their 40s and 50s and 60s, who does that? Can you imagine how much time it takes to sit there and get a good shot and take a picture and post it here and post it here and put your caption? I mean, all day, every day. Oh, so the latest, I heard Dawn Wells, you know, Summer, the missing girl, the missing 5-year-old girl. I heard him say, now he's saying, he was asked, do you think Summer was abducted? Right? You think someone took her, or do you think she's passed away? Something. And he's like, now he's saying, well, I don't know. Maybe somebody saw her on TikTok, right? Because Candace would post videos and pictures of them on TikTok. And that's an innocent. That's why I do not think parents should be putting pictures and videos of their little children on social media. There's so many sickos out there. Don't exploit your children because you never know. So many sickos out there can, if they want a child bad enough, they'll find the child. But now he's saying, you know, hey Anna, it has been a while. It's nice to see you. He's saying, he said it a couple times. I think maybe someone saw her on TikTok, right? So I don't know. What's your guys' opinion about that case? Oh, she's already had him. Well, I'll let her tell you. What do you guys think about the Dawn Summer Wells case? I hope Annie's okay. Remember, she's been going through stuff with her mom and dad. Yeah, see? Oh, did you not see him today, huh? Was that not him? That he has a different. Never mind. Do you guys think Don knows more than he's saying? Hold on. I'll be right back. Listen to this.
Heights. After completing his Juris Doctor degree, Ryan began working as an attorney in Cincinnati, Ohio. In 2011, Ryan, who was 28 years old at the time, met 19-year-old Shayna Hubers on Facebook. Ryan and Hubers began dating soon after. At the time they began dating, Hubers was a psychology student at the University of Kentucky in Lexington. She graduated cum laude and was pursuing a master's degree in school counseling. The couple reportedly had a volatile relationship and broke up several times over an 18-month period. On October 12, 2012, Shayna went to Ryan's apartment uninvited in Highland Heights, Kentucky. Neighbors heard loud yelling back and forth between them as Ryan was heard telling her to get out. That night, Ryan had a date with Miss Ohio 2012 Audrey Bolt. He planned to meet her for drinks and to play pool at a local bar, but unfortunately, he never showed up. After neighbors heard screaming, they heard a loud gunshot followed by 5 additional shots shortly after. About 15 minutes later, Shayna dialed 911.
Ma'am, I killed my boyfriend in self-defense. Okay, where are you at? I'm at 12 Meadow Lane, Highland Heights, Kentucky. 41076. Okay, 12 Meadow Lane, are you in a house or an apartment there? It's an apartment. It's apartment 3. Is it Meadow, anything else, Meadow View or something? No, it's 12 Meadow Lane, ma'am. I killed him in self-defense. Okay. Tell me again what unit you're in. It's not showing in my computer. It's 10. It's 10. Okay, you're at 12 Meadow Lane, unit number 10. Okay, hold on. What did you kill him with? A gun, a loaded gun in the house. Tell me where the gun is right now. The gun is in the house. Where at, though, man? Tell me where it's at. I'm laying on the bookshelf. Where at? Laying on the shelf? On the bookshelf. Where are you? I'm standing about 10 feet from his dead body. Okay, are you sure that he is dead? He's dead, ma'am. He's completely dead. Okay. And how long ago did you shoot him? I don't know, 10 minutes, not even that long. 10 or 15 minutes ago? Yeah. Okay, what's your name? My name is Shayna Michelle Hubers. All right. Now you're gonna stay on the line. You're gonna stay on the line with me, okay? Because this is what we're gonna do. The officers don't want me to stay on the line with you, so when they get there, they're gonna want to know where that gun is, and we want you to get out safely too, okay? Okay. Are they gonna arrest me? Ma'am, I don't know what they'll do. We're gonna send them out. I'm gonna stay on the line with you, okay? I mean, I'm not a murderer, ma'am. I just killed him. What happened exactly? What happened? He beat me and turned me out of the house. He beat me and tried to carry me out of the house, and I came back in to get my things, and he was right in front of me, and he reached down and grabbed the gun, and I grabbed it out of his hand and pulled the trigger. Okay. All right. Do you need an ambulance? Have you been injured? I'm not injured, ma'am. I was thrown into the side of the couch. Okay. And how old is he? 29. Will be 30 on. He would have been 30 on December the 30th. All right. What's his name? Ryan Carter Poston. He's an attorney in Cincinnati. Okay. And you had a history of domestic violence with him? Yes. Okay. And is this your gun? No, this is his gun. He keeps loaded guns in the house.
Can you hear it?
So he slammed you into the couch, but you don't have any injuries? I don't have any injuries. I was just very frightened. He's a lot bigger than me. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. I'm 5'8", 120. And he picked me up and was carrying me out of the house. And I said, let me get my things at least if we're gonna break up. And
She's explaining all while he's laying there dead, right? First time.
I can hear myself echoing in the background, ma'am. It's just the phone system. The phone system has got a delay. And he pushed me down from the door all the way to the couch. And when they come here, they'll see how far that is. He threw me across the room. And I was very startled. I was laying on the floor. Okay.
She's a psycho.
Wait.
Shayna was arrested and brought in for questioning the following day.
In the middle of him
Wait till you hear what she
doing
says.
something with his arm or saying something crazy, shot him. And I thought, oh my God, what have I done? You know? And he was laying with his face on the table, like twitching.
Listen.
And so I knew he was going to die. A very slow and painful death. I knew he was already dead. You know, within the next 20 seconds. So in the next 2 minutes, I knew he was going to be dead. And he was in a lot of pain. He was twitching, he was moaning. But he was ultimately dead. And so I shot him enough times to kill him so that he wouldn't suffer at that point, which was a few more times. And I shot him, I think I shot him twice. Thought he was completely dead and he was laying there still, twitching and making noises. And I shot him in the head. I probably should have left it there, but I knew he was going to die. Mm-hmm. Or have a very deformed face. And you were concerned. And I knew, oh no, he would have died. He was already dying. He was dying. But I just walked around the table and shot him where I knew he would die immediately. And fast. His obsession with guns killed him. You know, I would have never, I'm so Democrat, I would have never touched a gun.
I'm so Democrat, I would have never touched a
One of
gun.
the commonalities of a sociopath is pathological lying. Here, Shayna states she's never held a gun until she met Ryan, yet about a year prior to meeting him, she had posted this picture of herself at the gun range on her Facebook profile. This is an example of a sociopath naturally lying to make themselves appear as the victim.
Does that sound familiar? She has a pretty voice.
He had put his arm across the table, and there's a lamp. And he had put his arm across the table and had it in my face and was screaming at me at the top of his lungs after he had thrown me around the room. And was saying emotionally to me, "You're a f***ing hillbilly. I hate you. I hate everything about you for what you are. My family." He was screaming it, and he had his head on the table, and he wasn't completely standing up. He was like this. He was sitting, he was enough that when I shot him, he was like this. Literally. That's when I knew he was dead. Or close to it, and twitching. And I couldn't, I let him, I still, even though it hurt, I still, enough of me, loved him. But I couldn't stand to watch him twitch. I knew he was going to die or have a completely deformed face. He's very vain. One of our last conversations we had that was good was that he wants my best friend who's a dentist to do his veneers and wants to get a nose job. Just that kind of person. And I shot him right here. I gave him his nose job. He wanted.
Did you hear that? She said the last conversation we had, that was good. He said he was wanting to get veneers and a nose job. And she said, I gave him his nose job.
Okay. I'm not your typical murderer, no. not someone that you see.
I'm not a cold-blooded murderer.
He said you just the hillbilly from Kentucky. And I am. I the hillbilly came out of me. I took up for myself. And it didn't matter. I did. Yes, I did. I can't believe.
Shayna was indicted for Ryan's murder on December 20th, 2012. On January 16th, 2013, she entered a plea of not guilty to the murder charges. 2.5 years after the incident, Shayna's murder trial began on April 13th, 2015. She had remained in the Campbell County Jail since her arrest, unable to meet her bail. Prosecutors argued that the motive for the murder was that Ryan wanted to end the couple's relationship. Defense attorneys continued with their contention that the shooting was in self-defense and that Shayna was a victim of domestic abuse. As part of their case, the prosecution, led by Michelle Snodgrass, put on text message evidence that showed Shayna's obsession with Ryan. Several witnesses, including Ryan's family members, Audrey Bolt, and Shayna's former cellmate, testified for the prosecution.
The status was my son wanted her not to be around, and the status was she kept coming around. And I said, if you leave now, maybe in the future, you two can get together, because I have found that life is about timing. And I said, and your timing is just not right.
Peter Carter testified that the day before his son's death, Ryan told him about an upcoming date with Audrey and was afraid to tell Shayna about it. Audrey stated that on the night of the murder, she and Ryan had planned to meet at a Milford, Ohio bar for drinks at 9:30 and that she had been looking forward to it.
I found him very entertaining, and that led me to accept an invite to go on a date with him.
Shayna's former cellmate, Cecily Miller, also testified.
What defense did she tell you she intended to pursue?
The wife-battered syndrome.
Wife-battered syndrome is a pattern of signs and symptoms displayed by a woman who has suffered persistent intimate partner violence, whether psychological, physical, or sexual, from her male partner.
And did she tell you, what did she tell you she was going to claim had occurred to support that defense?
That he beat her and raped her, sodomized her.
And did she tell you whether those things were true?
That was not true. That's what she was going to say for her defense.
Miller also said that Shayna discussed legal strategy with her, saying she was going to plead insanity, but she was too smart because she has the IQ of Einstein. She said that Shayna bragged
Doesn't
about
that
killing
sound
her boyfriend,
familiar?
saying that she laughed about shooting Ryan in the face and giving him the nose job he always wanted. Shayna did not take the stand in her own defense, but she relied on her police interrogation tape in which she maintained the killing was in self-defense. On April 23, 2015, after 5 hours of jury deliberation, Shayna was found guilty of Ryan's murder. 4 months after being convicted, she was sentenced to 40 years in prison.
Woohoo! 40 years in prison.
Tell the jury your name, please.
Listen,
Katie.
doesn't that sound familiar? Don't we know a Rosa Parks of the internet? Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Ooh, lobster sounds so good. Sorry, guys. I'm eating. I got a couple. You know how I have the jalapeno and cucumber dip? Well, I got the jalapeno one, but I also just got the plain cucumber. They were out of my favorite crackers, so I had to get Wheat Thins. Anyway, yum. What are we going to watch tomorrow night? And Patreon, cough, Robert. Robert, I know you're listening. What are we going to watch tomorrow night? We finished The Woods, so. Sorry. This crunching is probably pretty loud. I want to start using my Twitch account so I can stream stuff on there. Yeah, I don't know either. I'm gonna have to look through and see what there is. Native, we don't have any Red Lobsters here anymore that I know of. Red Lobster was always good. There he is. Oh yeah. Coffee, what's that one that you had mentioned before when we chose the woods instead? What's that one you mentioned? Oh my gosh, you guys, I gotta go. I gotta go to bed. I gotta get my beauty sleep. When I was downstairs, I heard something fall or something. And there's nothing up here that fell. So I don't know if someone's in a closet somewhere or something. Shit. This house is too big. Good night, sweetie. I'm glad you stayed with us the whole time. I'm gonna put this stuff away. I ate all my watermelon and feta cheese, and I'm gonna go take off my makeup and go night-night. Well, thanks for hanging with me, guys. Remember those Bible verses, okay? God always has our back. I know, Native. I keep meaning to do that. All right, guys. Coffee, I'll call you tomorrow, honey. Looks like we missed each other. Maybe I wrote it down, Coffee. I don't know. I'll look, though. Okay. God bless. Sweet dreams. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Good night, Robert. Love you guys. You need Sosa. I know. I kind of miss Sosa. All right, you guys. God bless you. I will see you soon. Good night, Crown. Good night, Native. Good night, Robert. Good night, Coffee. Good night, Picker. Good night, Anna. Where'd you go? Is you still here? Chris. Everyone. I think everyone else is gone. Picker. I had to scroll up for a while to find Picker. All right, guys. There you are. Sweet dreams. Love you guys. You too, honey. Good night. Bye.